Welcome Intergalactians, you're tuned into the H.A.L. report. I'm your host, H.A.L, or Human Anomaly Logger. Here we digest and analyze the latest news patterns, entertainment and behavior of the human species. Under analysis today, we have the entertainment and film segment of the multinational human conglomerate Amazon. Amazon is primarily a human shopping and delivery service. However, in recent years they've expanded into content delivery via digital means. The company has even generated its own production studio that has churned out popular television shows such as Man in the High Castle, The Boys, and most recently, The Terminal List, starring Chris Pratt. After the massive success of the initial seasons of the hit high fantasy series, Game of Thrones, the megalomaniacal owner of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, set his sights on creating his own fantasy phenomenon. To do so, he acquired the rights to the globally beloved series Lord of the Rings. Intending to create a television series, he commissioned writers to begin adapting the expanded appendices laid out by late author J.R.R. Tolkien. The company recently released a new trailer for the television series. It has fans up in arms, as they are most certainly preparing to sacrifice one of the world's most revered works of literature on the altars of modernity. Before we analyze, please be sure to subscribe to the channel for news reports, pop culture analysis, and a general day-to-day overview of the human's native world, Earth. Utilize the human thumbs up button below to initiate a full neurosync, share the video with the nearest planet, and ring the bell so you're notified whenever a new communication is launched. If you're a human, submit a comment with your meaty fingers below. Perhaps we'll spotlight you to the galaxy in a future video. I'd like to thank all of our current subscribers. This video is made possible by viewers like you. Let's talk about this. The DailyBeast report, quote, "The Rings of Power trailer. This is what the most expensive TV show ever looks like. There was a time when the world was so young." A new character narrates in the beginning of the trailer. There had not yet been a sunrise, but even then, there was light. While everyone in the world has land to protect, elves have their forests, men have fields of grain, dwarves have mines. The trailer proclaims that Harfoots have a different kind of property to keep an eye on. Harfoots must stay alert for one another as an unknown enemy lurks in the shadows. The epic will take place thousands of years before the events of both The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings movies, taking fans back to a time before the great kingdoms had arisen. Though there is peace in the land, clearly, a dark shadow lingers over the fantastical world, threatening to wreak havoc on the serenity at any time. The Rings of Power boasts an immeasurable amount of beauty in its worlds, just like its predecessors. At certain times, the trailer shows off grand cities stacked on a hill above the clear blue ocean. At others, we're taken into the mossy coves of the forest. Dwarves march across grand bridges. One scene even looks like it was taken straight out of Vecna's evil lair in Stranger Things. That's probably because Prime Video earned just a little allowance, only $465 million, to craft these far-off lands. The series made history as the most expensive television series ever produced with the massive budget, and this first trailer seems to justify why it was so expensive. But will people actually watch? If you're Amazon, and you're worth over $1 trillion, perhaps it doesn't even matter. The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power will premiere on Prime Video on September 2nd. Let's check in on how the trailer is actually performing. It has already garnered 155,000 views at the time of recording. As expected, however, it has been hardily ratioed by fans of the series, sporting a measly 4.9 thousand likes, compared to a towering 14,000 dislikes. Let's see what the trailer shows us about the upcoming series.
There was a time when the world was so young. There had not yet been a sunrise. But even then, there was
Keep
light.
in mind, the works being utilized in this series span thousands of years, in respect to the timeline of the literature. However, it appears that the showrunners are attempting to squash many centuries into the span of a few years.
Dwarfs their minds, mend their fields of grain.
Oh look, the now matriarchal Harfoots, that did not play a large role in the shaping of Middle-earth. I'm sure they'll be thrust uncanonically into the spotlight, especially since they've taken the time to create such a diversely non-18th century English cast of characters, are explicitly going against the wishes of Tolkien, changing his characters through their actions and words. Classic Hollywood destroyers.
It is over.
You have not seen what I've seen.
I have seen my share.
You have not seen what I have seen.
The woman knows best, touching on all the major tenets of the postmodern religion. Third-wave feminism could not be neglected, even if one of their newest tenets requires suspension of any concepts of what a human female or woman actually is.
Our people, but all peoples.
I am sorry, but their time has come.
The past is with us all. The past is dead. We either move forward or we die with it.
And there you have it, the thesis for modern Hollywood adaptation. The past is dead and gone. You must accept our retelling, tearing down, and injecting of modernity into everything you hold dear. Honestly, I would say that the graphics are okay. They're still not quite up to snuff with the Peter Jackson films, but they're not Disney Plus quality, so that is an improvement. Most likely, I won't be watching this show, unless it is done for the express purpose of reviewing it. I made the mistake of suffering through the Halo series, and I simply don't know if I have the stomach to attend another funeral so soon after doing so. Users on Twitter responded to the new trailer, some very astutely. User Viking Out of Time writes, Rings of Power fans, they really aren't Tolkien fans, are using his letters to defend the Amazon bastard show, claiming he wanted other minds and hands. However, in letter 210, he takes offense at the characters getting changed. Here's the actual quote. I do earnestly hope that in the assignment of actual speeches to the characters, they will be represented as I have presented them, in style and sentiment. I should resent perversion of the characters, and do resent it, so far as it appears in this sketch, even more than the spoiling of the plot and scenery. User Bcatcher2 states, Rings of Power is a prime example of caring more about diversity and representation than telling a good and unique story. This doesn't resemble anything like in Lord of the Rings. This project feels like a waste of money. I'll pass, thank you. Quarter Black Garrett posits, let the past die, kill it if you have to, the past is dead, we either move forward or die with it, both said in products made from beloved past stories. Produced by massive corpos that bought someone else's art and ideas. What do you think? Are you going to tune in and watch the series? Do you think they'll actually respect the material? Or are they going to do as many studios have done in recent years, and bastardize while tearing down the past, to make way for their religious messaging? Submit your responses via datapad below. As always, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video with a friend, and ring the bell so you never miss a report. Thank you for tuning in. Until the next communication. This has been H.A.L, reporting from Earth.